Assalamu alaikum, ladies and gentlemen. Hello. Assalamu
alaikum. There is no picture.
Assalamu alaikum.
Alaikum salam wa rahmatullah.
How are you, everyone?
I'm fine, thank you.
Who's that?
Muhammad Hassan.
Okay, Muhammad. So is everyone here?
I guess so. Let me check.
Muhammad, I told you to change your name, please. Just change your name in the setting so that I can easily know you.
Rename?
Your name in the setting, yes. Just write Muhammad Hassan as your name. When you log in with your name. Okay, so we have Muhammad Hassan.
Okay, where could I find setting, please?
In the home screen. Zoom home screen.
Zoom home screen.
Not in this page.
Not in this page?
No, you have to minimize it first. Never mind. Do it next time, ya Muhammad, if you cannot do it.
I guess I think I did it.
Okay, great. You did it. Yes, yes, yes. Excellent job. Ibrahim, Muhammad, and Najwa. All right. Would you please, Ibrahim or Muhammad, write in our group that we have already started so that other members can join in?
What to do?
In the WhatsApp group, just write that we have already started our class today. In our WhatsApp group.
Okay, I will do it.
Thank you very much.
On the new group?
No, not the new vocabulary. New vocabulary is for the new vocabulary only. In our group, IELTS Idol 20.
Dr. Mahmoud, بكرة يجي. دكتور محمود بكرة؟ لا ممكن ثلاث.
So who's missing? We have Iman, Ahmed.
I guess Mrs. Iman. I am here.
Iman is not here yet. All right, so she's going to join inshallah very soon. Okay, now let me open my cam because I want to interact with you. Okay. Okay, assalamu alaikum. First of all, how are you doing? Everything is okay?
How are you?
Yes.
I'm fine.
Thank you very much. And a special thanks to Najwa who tried to implement all the techniques that I taught last time. Actually, what I feel is that she didn't speak naturally. However, it sounded naturally, yet she did her best to follow all the instructions I gave last session, which was really impressive. You know, very few people who can apply all the rules that they listen to in this very short time. This is what I want you guys to do. Also, I want you to do your best to try as much as possible to apply whatever you've learned in our sessions, okay? So this is our, Ibrahim, this is session number what? Ibrahim, do you still remember?
Yes.
This is
session number 3.
3, very good. Oh, no.
It's fourth for me.
Okay. So it's 3. Never mind about this 4th. It was nonsense. Okay. So it's 3rd class, and today's 8, 9. All right, great. Good. Now I just want someone please to remind me about remind me of the tips that I gave you last time for your speaking test, how to master the speaking test. How many tips did I give? Quickly, you guys know the answer?
Yes. Hi, Miss Hind. First of all, we start with familiarize ourselves with a new vocabulary. So we download some apps, and also we have to read every time, and also I have to check the tense of the questions, and the last thing I have to use the variety of the sentence.
Variety of sentences, very good. Thank you very much. Now, and today I'm going to give you another very important tip. Use your own major, your own terminology. Again, to use your own major or to use your own terminology. We, as IELTS trainer, I will speak to you very openly and very frankly. For IELTS trainers and for IELTS examiners as well, those people find a real, or they find a big problem with making or starting their own tests with people who usually give the same answers over and over again. Especially we have the same questions to ask. You know, we rarely have the same questions to ask each and every one. But again, we have a set of questions that may change from time to time, and we may ask the same or 2 or 3 people the same questions again and again. And unfortunately, to our very bad luck, we find out that most of the people have almost, I won't say mutable answers or similar answers, but let me say that most of the answers are kind of alike, you know, a kind of cliche that we all know. What will make your own presentation a different one is one very short and important way that most of us forget is using your own terminology. If you're a doctor, use the medical terms. If you're an engineer, use the engineering terms, and so on. If you're a teacher, if you're a nurse, if you're a computer engineer or an internet web, whatever developer or whatever, okay, use your own terminology, and that's what would definitely differentiate your answer and make it sound a little bit different than other people. Okay, so this is a very important tip. Use your own major terminology. Use your major's terminology. Okay, clear enough? You guys understand me?
Yes, yes.
Which is the digression technique. And let me write this down, digression. Okay, let me use my board, please, if you allow me. Can you guys see the board? I just wanted to keep this thing on today. How do you like it? It's a Moroccan. First time to have my own lesson wearing a abaya, but again, I like it. I just thought about trying it. Anyway, this is a little bit informal, but I like it this way today. So, yeah.
درع شوية دكتور ولا لسه؟
نعم.
بيقدر كويسة هي حاليا، بس زي ما قلت لك امشي على الخطوات اللي قلت لك.
What do you mean by digression? What do you mean by digression? To digress as a verb, digress is the verb, by the way. To digress. To digress, talk about a second topic, which is in a way related to the main topic, okay? And then return back to the main topic once more. Can I say it again? For example, yes. I will give you an example and then you will figure out what do I mean by the word digression, okay? Remember last time when I said, remember an item that you cannot live with? Was this in your session or another group session? I think it was in yours. Remember something that you cannot live without. Was it in yours?
No.
Anyway, Imagine that I'm asking you about something that you cannot. And by the way, I had this question in my last speaking test. Let me tell you something. You may ask yourself, hey, does she take any IELTS tests anymore? Yes, I do, on regular basis. Why? To stay updated with the styles of the questions that they do, and to the techniques that I may find important to teach my students as well. Okay? And this is my tip for you. Please stay updated, especially in your major. If you're teaching something, you have to be taught it first quite well, and then you teach it. Anyway, so about the digression, when the lady asked me, think about something that you cannot live without. I thought about my laptop, okay? And I started talking about the importance of my laptop in my life. As I'm a teacher and a trainer in the same time, I can't live without this device because it is a device on which I deliver my lessons. Sometimes I use it for online courses, especially in the Zoom program. And from that point, I started to speak about the Zoom program, that I run my own business via this program, and how important this program I feel, because it has so many advantages, like so, and so. Oh my God, what am I doing? Then when I realized what I was doing, I realized that I'm speaking about something that is not essential. It's not an important point to speak about, right? She's asking me about a certain device that I can't live without, which is the laptop. So why am I telling something that is a second, it has a secondary importance? It's not a priority to mention, but it's a secondary, it's something of a secondary importance, because I need to spend some time in something that is not enlisted in the questions. Don't forget that they are only 4 questions, and you'll have 2 minutes, 2 uninterrupted minutes that you have to keep on speaking. Yeah? So what would you do during this whole time? Is it in my own thinking, or as far as I believe, if I answer these 4 questions as they give me without the digression point, I would never fill in these minutes. That's why I have to use the digression technique. Speak about something that is of a second importance to the main topic. Okay?
Okay.
And this is what I call the digression technique.
Digress.
Digression technique.
Digression technique. Okay.
Understand?
Yes.
All right. So, let me give you this question. Okay? I'll give you this question as applying whatever I said.
Mrs. Hind?
Yes?
So digression technique means that when I choose something with high priority to my life, then I think about secondary thing I knew that thing helped me to do.
Well, it doesn't have to do with something. It doesn't have to do with something important in your life, Ya Muhammad. It has to do with the type of the question, the subject of the question she's giving you to speak about. So, for example, if she's giving you, I will give you examples now. If she's giving you a topic about the importance of time in your life, the importance of time in your life. Okay?
Okay.
So, how important it is to respect the time. For example, this is one question. How many times did you miss an appointment and why? In your country, how much do people respect your time? Right? These are 3 questions, and you're required to echo. Would you please mute your microphone while I'm answering?
What? I was 1 second. Okay. Yeah.
Sorry.
Is it better?
Yes, it's better now. So if the lady or the gentleman is asking you about these questions about time, and you have 2 continuous minutes to keep on speaking in, then at that time you have to extend your answer. For extension, you need to use this digression technique. This is what will help you extend and stretch your answers, okay? The only way to stretch your answer is to use the digression technique, to speak about a secondary important topic rather than the main or the first topic that she's asking you about, okay? Why? To extend and to stretch your ideas, and to spend more time speaking about the same topic. Yet you have to return back to the main topic once more. مش هناخدها نفسحها ونرجع يعني ونتوهها يعني. فسح الزبون بس رجعه تاني للmain topic. Okay?
Okay.
Okay, you got me now?
Yes.
Okay, great. Now, as I said before, I want you guys, I think that you now understand what do I mean by the word digression and digress technique, right?
Yes.
Okay, Mohammed, what do you do for living? What are you doing for living? What's your job? You're a pharmacist, right?
I work as a pharmacist, yes.
Okay, pharmacist, this means that you have your own terminology. You know what's terminology?
Yeah.
Your own medical terms. Najwa, what are you doing?
Also, I'm a pharmacist.
You're a pharmacist as well. So we'll see who will win. Ibrahim, don't tell me that you're a pharmacist as well. You're an engineer, right?
No, I'm a software engineer.
Software engineer. So a different, alhamdulillah, a different terminology that we're going to get today, right?
Right.
Okay. So how many, let me ask you another question, please. How many IELTS speaking parts that you will be asked about to answer? I mean, you will be asked to answer. How many sections?
3 sections.
3 sections.
What are they?
Part 1 for personal questions, which you couldn't say, I don't know. Second part is 2 minutes monologue. Third part is deep question about the monologue I said in part 2.
And critical thinking.
Critical analytical thinking.
Critical or analytical thinking. Thank you very much. Impressive. Excellent, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So now we'll take another test. Here we go. IELTS speaking. Okay. Okay, we'll discuss it first, and then we'll go to our breakout rooms, okay?
Okay.
Speaking part 1. Here we go. All right, can I share my screen with you, please? Allow me. Share screen, close my cam. Share. All right, here we go. This question is, let's talk about your hometown or village. What kind of place is it? What's the most important part in your hometown or village? What kind of jobs do people in your town or village do? Did we take this test before?
No.
No.
Okay, what kind of jobs do your people in your town or village do? Would you say it's a good place to live in, and why? Let's move on to talk about your accommodation. Tell me about the kind of accommodation you live in. How long have you lived there? What do you like about living there? And what sort of accommodation would you most like? Okay, now let's listen. Let's ask one by one, please. Let's start with Mohammed Hassan. What kind of place is it? What kind of a place do you live in? Is it a village or a town?
I live in a village which lies at Upper Egypt.
Mohammed, هنبدأ دايما ب introductory sentence. وده هيبقى الكلام لكل الناس. هنبدأ الأول بالintroductory phrase or introductory word as we said before. Well, as a matter of fact, in my own point of view, as far as I remember, this is a very interesting question, nice question. We had this introductory phrases before, صح?
No.
Did I introduce this before to you?
No, it's my first time.
طيب, okay. Again, please have a look at my board first and then we'll continue doing this exam, all right? Okay, to speak as a native speaker, we need to use introductory phrases as well. A minute, please. Introductory phrases or introductory words. Usually, the native speaker start with an introductory phrase or an introductory word to introduce whatever they want to say. Okay? How's that? Let's say, for example, well, definitely, absolutely, for sure, certainly, obviously, if she's asking about if she's asking you about something that that has to do with your previous memory, for example, or the previous events that happened in your life, a certain memory that happened in your life. You can start with, as far as I remember. As far as I remember, is my board clear enough?
Salama.
As far as I remember.
Salam.
Okay. That's an interesting question. Why did I use the word interesting? By the way, the word interesting can be replaced with many other words. That's an interesting question. That's a simple question. That's a quite difficult question. Okay, that's an easy question. That's a challenge or a challenging question. It's a challenging question. Okay, that's a surprising question. etc. اوصف الكويشن بالطريقه اللي تريحك. بس كده؟ لا. Okay, this question takes me back to this. Iman is here? All right. Iman, welcome back.
Thank you. Sorry for being late.
You overslept, right?
What?
You overslept?
No.
What?
There were some guests just went now. They surprised us without
without appointment, yes.
Yes.
All right. Iman, now I'm just explaining the introductory words by which you can start answering your question, no matter what the question is. But you have to focus and make sure that it is the right and suitable introductory phrases to your question, okay? كمان ممكن نبدأ لو هو opinion question نقول لها my own point of view. I personally believe that دي كلها introductory phrases. Some people prefer to start their answers with well, as a matter of fact. As a matter of fact, let's write it here too. As a matter of fact, ولو بتسأل على سؤال قديم قوي, this question takes me back to my childhood. This question takes me back 20 years ago when I was a little child. Okay? Okay, ladies and gentlemen?
Yes, okay.
Clear enough?
Clear enough.
دلوقتي وممكن نبدأ كمان بكلمة honestly or honestly speaking. And again, you have to choose which introductory phrase is important and which introductory sentence or phrase or word could be used with every question. Questions differ. ونخلي بالنا انه في some words and some introductory phrases cannot be used with certain questions. And if she's asking you, for example, about your opinion, what you think of the women driving in Saudi Arabia. What do you think of the driving or women getting driving license in Saudi Arabia? هبدأ أقول لها ممكن how can I start my answer? Can I say, well, I think that. Is it the correct answer?
It's okay.
Sure. Well, in my own point of view, well, I think that. Well, personally speaking, from my own point of view. Personally speaking, or well, from my own point of view, well, as a matter of fact, I don't like it very much. Yes? بس ما اقدرش اقول مثلا definitely at least fact عشان اقولها definitely يعني for sure او certainly. Okay? You got it now?
Miss Hind, could we have يعني like a PDF or something like that for what you written on the board?
Sure. And you can take notes now. I will send these words to you in a PDF.
All of them, right?
Yes. أنا عايزة أقول إنه ما فيش حاجة بتتفوت without a PDF or a Word worksheet. This is number one. لازم يكون في handout في السيشن. Number two, it's better if you yourself take some notes. Why should I take notes? Because this would definitely strengthen the information in your mind. It will boost your understanding. Okay? So yes, I will send some PDF worksheets or handouts, but again, you have to use your hands while listening. Be an interactive listener, my dear. Okay? Understand? يلا بينا. كده we're done.
1 second, please. Have we used each introductory sentence before any question we answer?
لا بس أنا هقول لك على حاجة. It would sound, or you would sound a little bit silly if you use the introductory phrase in the beginning of every question.
That's what I
Yes. Now it sounds a little bit stupid if we do so. And we don't do it with each and every question. But honestly speaking, using these words make your answer sound like a native speaker. And in the same time, it's a very intelligent way to gain more time to think, because you start, after using them over and over again, you start to produce them automatically while your brain is busy doing something else. Your mind may be busy generating ideas or thinking about something to be said. Okay, so it's a matter of saving time, and in the same time, it will make your presentation sound more like an English. All right.
Okay, but also not all introductory sentence could be suitable for each.
This is what I'm saying. This is what
I have to pick.
Yes. Yes. يعني تعالوا نشوف دلوقتي these types of questions that we're going to answer, and we will see which answers or which introductory phrase or word can be suitable to these questions. All right? Suitable for these. Share your screen again. All right, now let's ask again Mohammed Hassan. First question: what kind of place is it? What kind of place you live in? Is it a hometown or a village? Is it? Okay.
Well,
what's your hometown or village? Is it a town or a village?
I live in a village, which is in Upper Egypt. It's a group of small villages collected together beside the eastern mountain of Egypt. Actually, the place where I live is quite clean. So lovely place actually.
A minute, pause. احنا كده خلصنا ال first and second sentence صح؟
Yep.
Fourth ابدأهم ب subordinate conjunction. Third and fourth, start your third and fourth sentence with a subordinate conjunction. Someone please to remind him with the subordinate conjunctions.
Oh, let me subordinate conjunction. Yes, from boys.
لا.
But
fanboys are the coordinate conjunction.
coordinate conjunction. Yeah. And though as if. Yeah.
Before, after, though, although. يلا ها. Although مثلا.
1 second, please. Please, could you ask another one because I have clients for now? I'm so sorry for
that. No problem. Najwa.
Okay. What kind of a place is it? Well, I'm living in an apartment.
I live
in an apartment. Sorry?
In an apartment. I live in an apartment.
In fact, I live in an apartment. So before I proceed, I just ask, can I now I will describe the inside the an apartment or what?
Question asking you, where exactly do you live? Is it an apartment, a house, a villa? Or what type of question is this? It says a town or a village. Don't go off point. Answer the question. Is it a town or a village?
It's a village. No, it's a town. It's a town.
So I live in a town.
I live in a town.
بس مش هتبقى دي الإجابة وبس. لا. عندنا كمان another technique which is the main idea technique, and then after the main idea, what should I say? Main idea, وبعدين بعد main idea?
Details.
And then after the details?
We extend
the ending.
We extend it.
Okay.
After that, the conclusion.
لا انت كده بتتكلم في الرايتنج يا ابراهيم, which is not the. It seems. استنيني يا نجوى, أنا هشرح لك كل حاجة دلوقتي, and based on what I'm going to say, you're going to apply. خلاص? Forget about this question now. I will stop the share to explain something else, which is more important. Okay. In these people's language, the English language, and in the Arabic language as well, if you just checked any of the books, check a paragraph. Unfortunately, this is a dictionary. Anyway, just check a paragraph, any paragraph in any book. You will find out that those people start their first sentence with a main idea. Can you guys hear me? Hello?
Could you please repeat what did you say, because it's.
Hello?
Yes, hello. Can you guys hear me?
Miss, the connection is disrupted.
Yeah, it seems that my internet connection is bad, right?
Yeah,
Is it my internet?
bad connection.
Yeah, it seems. Let me log in and then log out and then log in again, please. Okay, allow me.